Hello everyone. Hi, welcome and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a collective and timeless reading. So whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time. Just keep in mind it's a general reading. So see which signs and symbols, messages resonate for you in your particular situation and hopefully help to bring you a little clarity to whatever you're wondering, concerned, and confused about. This could broaden your perspective and show you something with fresh eyes. It could also narrow your focus and show you something that could be in the dark, or maybe it was right there all along, but in the end, always trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin with the I Ching, clarity for the collective. Now you guys may have to have a little grace with me. I don't fully understand the beautiful art of the I Ching, but I do really connect to the cards and the picture of the energy on them, even though they're really simple. So let's start with one card for the collective, just the root energy going on right now. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. One card for the collective to be helpful and insightful. Please. Thank you. We have two. What is this? The precipice and water, number 29, and development and gradual progress, number 53. Show you these. It looks like here you're in between these two mountains, these arches, a gateway, two cliffs. Look at the water swirling up here. And then it's like you're kind of like a magician. You're working, interesting, even in the I Ching, you're working with all of the different astrological signs. You have help. There's somebody up here working their way up the mountain towards this tree, which is stability. It could be like a soul family, your tribe. It probably has really deep roots because look at how big this mountain is. So you can't see how deep these roots are. Wow, that's really cool. So maybe you work with a lot of different personalities. It's possible you do something with astrology. Maybe you even have a channel like this. Or you could be really tapping into like your birth chart, all the different facets of you. But this is a development. It's something that's gradual. It's not all at once. It's a step-by-step, situation. You're working your way up this hill, but towards this beautiful tree that's growing. And when I see the tree and the hill and the water, it makes me think of having the elements you need to have the growth that you're looking for. And I also see this as the sun. And precipice, water. Water is able to maneuver and move itself through whatever obstacle and or shape it needs to get to where it's going. It just makes me think of like water coming off the mountain. It'll find not necessarily the direct route, but the easiest route to get to the stream or get to the ocean. And now I think of the stream, or like a tiny creek getting to the river making it out to the ocean. So I mean, it's like that river of life. You just kind of have to go with the tides and the ebbs and the the rapids and the lulls. And then once it gets out into the ocean, there's something that's like really big and deep. I mean, just think of how powerful water is. You can have that big tidal wave that comes up on something and it's like real big energy. But you can also have water that like drips really slowly over a long period of time, just a really gentle drip on like a rock, and can actually eventually smooth out that part of the rock. So there can be a gentle way that something goes through, or it might be a rush that comes all at once. And I'm getting that like riding the waves as they come. That also makes me think of like the surfer. So if you're out there like, bobbing on the waves, it's possible you catch that beautiful, perfect wave and ride it to the shore, or do the cool stuff where you go in between it. But it's possible you miss something, and that's okay. There's always going to be another wave. The tides are always going to change. That makes me think of the moon too. So how the tides are affected by the pull of the moon, and possibly our bodies, since we're made of so much water. But this could have to do with an emotional situation. But I feel like you're just on the brink of something with the precipice. And then you are starting to see a development in your life. And some things in a gradual progress, but I'm getting that it involves others with all these star signs here. Also with all of the star signs, it could be something, since it's gradual, but maybe something will take about a year's time. So have patience, let something grow naturally. Just be there and enjoy the ride every single day. If it's something that's going to take a year, but maybe in a year you're going to look back and see how far you've come, how much has changed. It's kind of an interesting way to start. So let's go to something totally different. Let's get more color. This is the Enchanted Map. Clarity on Precipice and Water. Maybe you have a lot of water in your chart. Development and gradual progress. Oh, you got the spark. Well, you're getting really creative. You're actually creating something where this energy is like sparking inspiration out there to others. It's weird. Like, I feel like when I go to certain decks, they're so big, and yet the same messages tend to come out. This is feeling really, really optimistic. This girl is playing a violin or viola, and this music or this inspiration actually looks like it's coming from two hearts. It's entering into her bow. And the interesting thing about like a violin compared to, let's just compare it to like a woodwind instrument or like a French horn where it's your embouchure. A violin is almost like dancing. I mean, it's literally the movement of your body that creates those notes. So there's something where your movement is creating this music in your life and sparking inspiration, not just within you, but a movement outside of you, perhaps inspiring others. This is really having hope in a situation. I feel like this girl is really, really beautiful. Maybe you're recognizing how beautiful you are, or, beautiful situations. I feel like you are doing something really creative. And I'm getting like a lot of attraction. So you're either attracted to a certain form of creative expression, or perhaps people are really attracted to you because you're expressing yourself differently. I mean, look at how beautiful she is. Or he. There's also some little fairies here. So let's see. Let's get clarity for spark. I'm getting a fiery energy. So you want to keep something lit, keep something alive. Don't let it like simmer down too much or get completely like burnt out. Make sure you balance your energy. What else did I bring? Should we do something really weird? Yeah. This is the past life oracle card. So this could be clarifying the past, maybe beyond that. It could be just something deep inside of you. These cards are really simple, but maybe there's a interesting message that comes through on this. Clarity for spark, development, gradual progress, precipice, and water for the collective. One card, please, and thank you. Oh yeah, look it. We got more of the violin, and now we have a guitar and a piano. So maybe some of you do music, but it's the arts. So it's being creative. Maybe some of you do something in like an art gallery. Maybe this is just a hobby, but it becomes like a side business or a real love in your life. Sometimes we discover like an artistic form of expression and or talent we didn't even know we had. So even if it starts as just a little interest, that even makes me see like a painting party. So maybe you go to like a painting party and you're just kind of there to have some fun and you try something for the first time evs and you actually really enjoyed it. You're pretty good. So it could be something really small. I mean, it's a spark. I'm getting that it's something kind of unexpected for some of you. For others, maybe you've had this talent since you were a child. Maybe some of you were just really natural at something. It could be dancing. It could be creative writing. It could be just like a natural personality thing. Like you kind of just are that kind of personality that is entertaining. Maybe you're really funny. What is that for you? What makes you feel creative? Not everyone feels like they have that creative side, but you do somewhere. Somewhere you maybe are creative in how you come up with solutions, or you come up with creative, I see like a plan or itinerary, or like really creative ideas on things you want to do. Creativity comes in so many forms. But with this card coming up and the girl on the violin, I feel like most of you have some gifts. You actually have something you're really talented at. Maybe you haven't practiced in a long time and you need to pick up that guitar or that piano and start practicing again. It could be something you did a long time ago, but it's never too late to learn. With arts, we always grow. And it's not about being perfect either. You know, I always see like with paintings and stuff like that, or anything that you do, sometimes the mess ups are the coolest blessings because you have to think outside the box and come up with something new. So don't be afraid. If you think you're going to mess up, just get on that stage, get your paintbrush, give it a try. I just saw karaoke. So maybe it's just karaoke, and ironically, this is okay. Well, since this all came up now, I'm gonna get weird. You know how I get weird here. Somebody gave me this as a gift. I've had it on the table here, thinking maybe it would be cool for a reading, but I haven't brought it out yet. But it looks like if you're into karaoke, you don't even have to go out to do it. Maybe you can just do it in your living room. So weird. It's so fun. I felt like when I got this gift, I felt like I was a little kid opening up a gift from Santa. Like, so So, we like to do weird things. Like, and here they come running around the bend. Here comes number 2. So maybe you get something like this, and it just adds some fun into your life. It doesn't have to be something, you pursue that's your new journey into your soul and your destiny. Maybe it's just something that's fun. It could just, give you this little spark of inspiration here and there, every once in a while, once a week, and it just kind of puts a little extra life and fun into your life. I'm going to turn this off because now I'm being weird. But I don't know. It's literally been sitting there for a while. I didn't know if I'd ever pull it out, but sometimes I have weird stuff here just in case. So let's continue. Let's get a mystic red rose oracle message for the collective. Clarity on the arts. Spark. I see a lot of instruments there, but I see a lot of words. Like here there's instruments, but here I see words. So maybe some of you are really good writers. You could write children's stories, maybe a memoir, a how-to. I'm even getting like a picture book. Like your photography, but I feel like it's more than that. It could be, but I'm getting like a photography with mixed media. So combined with something on the computer, combined with something that's maybe an illustration all together, a hodgepodge, something like that. I'm not sure what I'm saying, but maybe that makes sense to you. Maybe some of you do something like cards. Maybe you make your own oracle card deck or tarot deck. That is an awesome project. If any of you are thinking of doing something like that, I think most of us here would really like to see that. So maybe it's a step-by-step thing. I would think if you are doing a tarot card set, you'd probably have to do one card at a time. So step by step. Whatever your art is. I mean, I've seen them go, I've seen really, really, really simple cards. I have that one deck that's just a word, and then some are really complicated and deep, and they have, symbolism and meanings and numbers, and maybe that's something that you're into. Or you do something like an oracle deck. That's really super cool. All right, let's get one card, clarity for the collective. Please and thank you. Now I see a calendar. So maybe you have art and you make a calendar. You put like a quote, something like that. I saw a calendar. It could be you scheduling something in, giving yourself goals, or you actually making a calendar. Maybe that's something you can sell, or just a gift, or maybe just something personal, like, your art, or maybe family pictures or something like that. Clarity for the collective, please and thank you. Oh, wow. Engagement ring is coming through. All right, well, maybe somebody's getting engaged. If that's you, congratulations. That's pretty cool. I hope I didn't ruin the surprise. Maybe just act surprised. But I feel like you do know something's coming if that's you. But it could just be, it says higher commitment, eternity. It's a partnership and union and feeling completion. So it could be a project that you are going to be doing for evs. Like, you feel like this is really meant for you. It could be commitment to a specific person or a group, something that you are pursuing or thinking about pursuing. For some of you, it could just be, it doesn't have to be like a marriage thing. Maybe you're just deciding you and who you're thinking about are just gonna, stay together forever. But with eternity, I feel like, I mean, I did bring the past life cards out. I feel like there is a connection with your soul where you feel like you've always known the person. And even if it's till death do you part, I think it continues on. I think the love continues way after that. So, all right, we got partnership and union coming through now. So let's get one more card from the same deck. Clarity on engagement ring. You could be going to an engagement of sorts, a party or a presentation or a gathering. Maybe you feel very engaged there, or you learned something really cool there. I just saw a concert now. I mean, I'm looking at this. Like, did you ever go to a really awesome concert and everybody is like singing along with whoever's on stage? Like, they know every word. And like the person up there kind of holds the microphone. I have the microphone. They kind of like hold the microphone out there for everyone to sing along. I mean, wow, what a special moment that must be for whoever's up there, that so many people are touched by your music. I've even seen that happen with people that are in, that do cover music. I've seen bands that are cover bands for a whole, you know, a certain band, and you'd think it was the band up there, and everyone in the audience just knows every single word. It's so special. So I'm kind of getting that with the engagement, that maybe there's somewhere you go and you didn't even realize there were all these other like fans of people that were really into the same thing as you. It just kind of makes you feel included, like you're in like a special little moment with a group of people that kind of love the same thing as you. So it might just be a moment. Maybe some of you are just going to a concert. Maybe you date a musician, or you meet a musician and that's who you start dating. One card to clarify engagement ring for the collective, please, and thank you. Oh, well, what did I just say? Like dating? Well, yeah, there we go. Maybe you start dating a musician, or maybe you're just ready to get out there and start dating again. Start getting, you know, out there and doing some fun things. Maybe you're looking at some future concert dates coming up and setting a date to go to something fun. I mean, here it looks pretty romantic, but it could just be like a lunch date. Maybe some of you have been single for a really long time and this does not make any sense to you at all. In that case, maybe it's just, maybe you don't want anything serious. Maybe you just want to get out there, have some fun, you know, meet some cool people, have some nice like dinners with someone or more than one person. Just try it out. It does say you're meeting somebody new, getting back out there, and also setting a date and dating online. So maybe some of you never dated online. Maybe you're old school and you want to meet somebody out and about when you're actually at a concert or a restaurant or through a friend or something like that. But maybe some of you are giving dating online a try. You know, taking some cool selfies, putting it up. Who knows? Maybe you're going to meet somebody. I know people that definitely have gotten married by meeting somebody on the most unlikely swipe left and right kind of dating apps. It can happen. You know, it could be that the right energy, you know, if you're getting that feeling that maybe you should give it a try and it feels right, maybe somebody else that doesn't even normally do that is getting that same weird feeling, and you kind of just go on at the right time and you're actually thinking the same thing. Like, I didn't know this wasn't going to be anything, and I didn't know this was going to be anything, and then you just kind of get each other. You know, it's like divine orchestration working with modern technology that gets you out there, and you never know. It could also just be a really cool friend that you meet, or maybe it's just enough that, you know, to kind of get you back out there. Maybe you have a really good conversation with someone you're never going to see again, but they gave you a really good idea. Maybe they inspired you somehow. They like sparked a little fire inside of you to do something totally else. Or totally different. It could also be that you go on these dates and it's not for you. Not for you, but now you know you gave it a try, and you know what? You're going to own it. Be single and solid, and that's good. You know, that's working out even better for you. So everyone's in a different stage and situation, how they feel. Maybe it's, if this is your honey and it's already like at a high level of commitment, you have to go a little backwards and remember what it was like when you were dating, and make that something that's important that you continue to do. You know, so you're not just on the daily scheduled duties of priorities and things you have to do, and getting used to just watching the same shows on TV and like the same rhythm. Spice it up a little bit. Throw a wild card in there. Go out to some karaoke or do something weird, you know? All right, let's go to the tarot. If I can find it. Yes. No, they're all oracle. I have the normal tarot. Should we do that? Oh, I have these over here. Hold on. I brought so many cards out for this reading, and I still had old ones out. They're all over the place. This is the 78 Doors. They're kind of modern. They're a little bit weird. But let's pull a few. Clarity for the collective on engagement, ring, date, the arts, and the spark. Precipice, water, development, meeting somebody new and or setting a date, higher level of commitment, eternity, partnership, union. Maybe some of you are actually like, I don't know, I'm getting like somebody maybe going out on a date. You're not really interested, but maybe they play an instrument and you're a singer, or they play a flute and you play the violin, and you start like a little group. They have a few friends, you have one. Maybe it's just like a garage band. But I just saw like a band, but now one that you are in. Or somebody else has like a small local band and you go to see them. Clarity for the collective. Let's get a nice picture of the energy coming through. Ooh, please and thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, you got the Nine of Cups. This is funny because it kind of looks like how I describe the Nine of Cups. I always say it's like you have the entire feast. Do you really want to eat it all to be satisfied? And then you're going to feel like, oh, I got to put my stretchy pants on. It looks like this guy's enjoying most of the feast. He's like eating with both hands. There's like a big old mess all over the place. There's pizza, there's bread, there's pudding, there's cupcakes and hors d'oeuvres. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. It's like a taco. And a big old piece of steak. Look at this. This is the Nine of Cups. It's so funny. But the Nine of Cups is super awesome, guys. That's a wish come true. Maybe you go to an all-you-can-eat restaurant or something like that. Or something where there's actually a buffet. So that could be like a wedding or a party or... I mean, this guy has a little love heart here. He's enjoying himself. I feel like I love that he has a bib. So that makes me think of like, either like, where do you have bib? Like certain seafood, like if there's like seafood stew, chipino, or maybe like a barbecue, and it's gonna be a fun, messy situation, and you gotta put your bib on. The Nine of Cups is awesome. This does mean that there is a wish that's coming true. Maybe it starts with just one slice of pizza, and that is satisfying. And then, you know, it's something else. So it doesn't have to be that it all happens at once or you take it all at once. It's taking just enough to be happy. And I feel like with the happiness of the Nine of Cups, it is wanting to share that love. You just want to express what's going on with you, what happened to you, how you're feeling. I guess this is kind of like, it's upright, but I think like looking at this card upright is probably a better example of the Nine of Cups upside down, because he's not sharing this big feast with anyone. He's just trying to eat it all himself. But at least he recognizes that there's something there that was prepared for you, that was prepared, you know, just for this person. I just see somebody now like by around, like feeling like that, like this just happened, like maybe like that, like we just got engaged, guys. Or it could even be like a date and somebody sees you. Maybe you're just at a restaurant and someone's like, buy them a Perrier or whatever they want to drink, it's on me. But with this, I just got something really weird. I actually got somebody just buying, like I've seen that happen, where somebody wants to be anonymous, but they've seen like, I actually saw this one time at a restaurant, and it was, I think it was Mother's Day, and there was a mother and her daughter there, and the food was late, and it was really busy, and you know, everything was coming out wrong, and there was a mother and a son on the other side, and they bought the mother-daughter their entire meal, but they said, please don't, you know, they didn't want to like take the credit for that happening. They just wanted to pay for the meal for them. And I remember this woman like got up and she was like looking around, and she's like, thank you. And she was so grateful that this meal was bought for her. Oh, that gave me the goosies again. What a nice memory. And she was just like, she didn't know who to thank, but she just was like, thank you. Whoever did that, like, thank you. And it was really, really sweet. And I had a little conversation with that was actually the son that did that. And I said, that was really cool of you. He's like, yeah, every once in a while, if I can just, you know, I see somebody and I just get the feeling like I want to just buy it for them. I like to do that every once in a while. I think it brings a little love into somebody's life. And I was like, I want to give you a hug. That's so amazing. Like, what a cool person are you? So maybe somebody does something like that. They don't even want to be acknowledged. They're not doing it for attention. They're just doing it to send a little love out there. That's so amazing. Ooh, I don't even know what I was saying before. I like when nice little memories come up. So wishes coming true. Also, remember that's the genie in a bottle. So be careful what you wish for. Prepare for it. It might actually come true. I don't usually get Christina Aguilera when I say that, but she came through this time. So, I'm a genie. That's an old one. Genie in a bottle. I'm going to put that below. I think that's the first song that came through. One card, clarifying the Nine of Cups for the collective. Let's just get a little more in-depth information about that card. What do they need to know? Oh, the Hanged Man? Here it's the Hanged Woman. But she doesn't look like she's really hanging. She's just sort of laying on the bed and her hair is hanging down. She's got that beautiful like kimono robe here. And the sun is shining on her face. So this is a really gentle Hanged Man. This could be where you were coming from. If there was like a kind of pause in the energy of a relationship, or pause in the energy of your creative flow, pause in having a, you know, dating situation and or big relationship in your life at all. It could be a pause with someone else too. But the Hangman only comes through so that the perspective of a situation can totally change and be upside down and then come right up again. So when this pause, when this break, when this possible self-sacrifice, letting something go so something else can come in, comes through, you see something in a different filter. You actually get to see solutions that you didn't even see before. There's a purpose, because when the hangman comes back around, you regain your stability, you regain your footing. The blood's not circulating funny in your brain anymore. It's circulating correctly, and you feel grounded again, like you can start something again. Like you can now see something a different way than the way you were doing it before. I'm not getting that you need to take a big pause, but maybe some of you actually do. Maybe I would say if you need some space, and let's just say you meet a friend or you meet a partner that's going to have some kind of cool thing going on, and there's a big decision to be made, and you have to actually release something else in your life or make a big change in your life. Maybe it's waiting until you're ready to, make a clear answer inside yourself before you jump onto something. But I don't feel like you're gonna hang on that decision very long, or maybe somebody needs some time to process something. If there's so many of these beautiful wishes coming true all at once, it might be a lot to take in. Sometimes when there's like a lot of success or a lot going right, there has to be a lot of adjustment on what your goals now are. So some people need to process that, and that's okay. So maybe there's a processing going on with you and someone else, and or that already happened, and now you're ready to make some changes, some gradual progress, moving up, becoming engaged, setting the date, feeling completion, focusing on your real true wishes of your heart with that 9 of Cups. It's not just frivolous ideas. These are wishes that make you feel so abundant and blessed. They really touch the truth of your heart. So if that is a particular person or an opportunity or, a facet of you, it warms your heart every time you are involved in it or with that person or doing that thing. And I'm also getting that glowing heart just gets bigger and brighter and moves with you in every other thing that you do. And with all of this, with these star signs here, I feel like it's an energy that just is felt. Everyone else can like feel this dream coming true and alive in you. I hope whatever I just said made sense. Sometimes I'm not sure how things flow out and what I just said. Clarity on the Hanged Man and the 9 of Cups, please and thank you. Let's get one more card. Aww. This is the 6 of Swords, but this is a really nice, it's kind of, I don't know if this is a 6 of Swords where this person is coming home or going, but it looks like they're leaving. So maybe somebody had to leave before, or a situation had to change. The 6 of Swords is usually moving along through smoother waters and crossing a sea. I guess you can leave something on the shore, but it's possible that you can take it all in your boat with you. And it's getting clear on how to navigate any other future storms that come about. But this feels like a longing, like you don't want somebody to go away. Maybe somebody had to go away. Maybe something started and somebody, wishes started coming true, and then somebody had to go away on business, deal with something in their life. Maybe if they're in a band, they had to go on tour or something like that. But I do feel like they're going to come back. So maybe when this person is kind of alone in a situation, they feel like that's the storm. But I'm kind of getting that if this person is waiting for someone else to come home, both of them are getting a little creative. Like I feel like maybe this one's writing some love letters, thinking of all the scenarios and the awesome dates that they're going to go on when they reunite. And I feel like this person may sit here for a little while, but I feel like they see something. They, you know, something inspires them. And I feel like she does get up, or he does get up and have that little spark to get creative. Maybe they just rearrange the furniture. Maybe she's, you know, planning some future awesome things that they can do. But in the meantime, it's doing something with your energy. Maybe while you're waiting for something to come back. All the decks of cards have kind of different little pictures and energies, and I'm getting a different one than the typical Six of Swords with this. So there may be like a sweet goodbye that has to happen, or maybe that already happened. Maybe something coming back around is a wish come true. For some of you, it could have been a sweet goodbye that was like kind of like a breakup or a separation, but I'm not getting that it was a harsh one. Maybe it was a mutual separation. You know, things just changed, evolved differently. There's still love there, but there's two different paths that are, you know, you're moving along from. So I'm not getting that it was a harsh situation. It looks like these people like have love for each other. I don't think that's all of you, but I think that may be a few of you, which is very mature. It's really awesome that you have that kind of relationship where even if you see that it's not working and you have to kind of part ways, or, you know, go on your own path with something, that you still have love for each other. You still want the best for each other. Maybe it's just a different dynamic when you come back together. Maybe there needs to be a pause, so you each go on your own journey for a little while of self-discovery, and, you know, that can really change up somebody's life and what they do when you're really used to something. So those changes are kind of big. Sometimes we have to have some self-discovery. I'm also getting that some of you maybe always jumped. You know, if you have this dating thing, maybe not all of you, maybe some of you have always had long-term relationships, but if you jumped kind of from relationship to relationship, maybe there's a period of time now where you get to be really independent and alone. Maybe you thought you would be in a relationship sooner than you are, but maybe that's a real nice blessing to discover who you are, discover facets of you that maybe you forgot about, or maybe, you know, they weren't even there yet until you had to try something on your own. Get your footing, get creative. I'm getting like really cool special energy with that. So maybe it was, you know, maybe some of you have had a longer period of time being alone than you wanted or expected, but maybe you're changing because this changes your perspective. Maybe you're seeing that as the biggest blessing you've ever had in your life. You know, to know how you would express yourself in your home. Things that you would do when you didn't have to ask somebody else, you know, what their plans are or what they thought. So I'm getting really independent energy now. Even if there's a relationship situation going on, I'm still getting this independent spark of creativity where you're doing something kind of on your own, like your own special thing. Even if you have this beautiful support and wish come true with a relationship in your life, I feel like you are supported, but there is somebody who wants to do something on their own, to have a little freedom, to maybe have some self-discovery, even if you've been in a relationship for eves. So I'm not sure how that all worked out, but I feel like that was a pretty cool message to come through at the end. What are we at? Yeah, let's do like maybe one more oracle card. Let's see what I have. and sum up this reading. Do I have anything fun? Or did I move them all? Should we go really simple at the end? Let's go really simple. I have these. I can't find my in-depth oracle at the end of the reading messages to tie it all together. So let's go really simple this time. Why not? These are the children's spirit animal cards. Let's see what it says. They have a nice, gentle, simple message. Clarity for the Six of Swords and the Hanged Man. Date, engagement, Nine of Cups, spark, the arts, water, development, one card for the collective, please, thank you. I was thinking I might want to look at the bottom of the other deck too, but I don't know where it is. No idea where I put it. So no, we're not supposed to see it. Let's continue. One card from this deck. Clarify this reading for the collective. I hope something in here was helpful for you guys. One card, please, and thank you. Aw, yeah, you have the butterfly. So somebody is having some big, big changes. Maybe you and somebody else. Big changes all around, your home, your schedule, your relationship status, what you call, what you're calling the relationship, where it's going, what it's becoming. Get ready. Big changes are coming through. I feel like that's what I said with the genie in a bottle. Like if you put those wishes out there in the universe and really, really desire something, are you ready? Because something's coming through. Maybe unexpected. It might not be what you thought. It might not be that person that maybe you're thinking of now. It might be something better than you ever expected that's actually so much better for you than you may have thought before you turn the situation upside down. It could also be that the changes in the situation you're thinking about are so big that it doesn't even feel like the same relationship that it was before. But I'm getting don't compare apples to oranges. Don't compare the caterpillar to the butterfly. If this is a new relationship coming through, or it's just your energy is so different, how you're going to handle the relationship is not going to be like it was. And if this is a new situation or person or partner or friend that's coming into your world, don't compare them to anybody else that you've been with, because a new person, even if they have similar characteristics, it's like we're complicated. So you have the chance for something to be completely different. I like this card. It's so colorful. So that metamorphosis stage in the cocoon could be right now. It could already have happened. It could have already happened between you and someone else. And right now you're both sort of figuring out these gorgeous wings. Or maybe you've been flying for a long time, but you've just been waiting to run into that right other butterfly that is flying the same level as you and doing this beautiful dance up and down, bobbing your wings, and like I'm getting like floating on the currents of the air together. I just feel like it's kind of magical. And with that, I'm going to end this reading there. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.